Okay. So today I'll talk about these puny trainers who normally coach their clients in an aerobic fashion. You know what I mean? Like, hey, what's up? Philomena. Joyce Wavero. How are you? Saimo. Carol. Anyway, let me just dive into the topic of today. So I want to talk about these trainers who normally coach their clients in an aerobic fashion. Like, you see, like this guy by the name Denzel, whichever. So Denzel is one of the coaches that I'm talking about. Like, yeah, you're trying to make your clients to lose weight, but you're all deceived. You're in this world of, in order for someone to lose weight, he or she must do pounding activities. You know, you're jumping up and down, and maybe for him or her to feel like he has worked out, they have to produce ton amount of sweats. Man, I don't subscribe to that narrative because I don't believe that's how fat loss works. When your target is fat loss, you should consider so many things. You should consider things like nutrition. You should consider things like fidgeting, or rather call them non-exercise activities, thermogenesis. You should consider things like exercise, the normal exercise that we normally do in the gym. And we should now consider the BMR. The BMR is now the, like when you are at rest, like the way I'm not doing anything right now, I'm just talking. I'm still using energy. So it's all about energy in, energy out. Okay? So I always say, when you're going to the gym, you're only going there to keep fit. You're not going to lose weight. You're not going to the gym to lose weight. Now, 99% of you guys out there, you always think like everything is happening in the gym. Okay? So that's why most people, if they want to lose weight, they think about the gym. That's being puny, because gym is not the answer. Gym is just there to improve on your lifestyle. Like the way I can say, I have a bad posture, maybe I have kyphosis. You know, these deformities, like your back is rounded like this. Maybe you're a chef. You know, I've realized people who suffer from kyphosis, these people who normally work like chefs, they're always on their feet, they have rounded their back, maybe they're there chopping their thing. So they'll end up developing kyphosis. We have other deformities like scoliosis, lordiosis, like. So if you go to the gym, you're going there to improve on your posture. Are we together? If you're going to the gym to lose weight, you will lose just a tiny bit of weight, and it will again take you a very long time to lose that tiny bit of weight, because gym is only there to give you muscles. Okay? So the question is, how then do you lose weight? You lose weight through prioritizing two factors. Factor number one is food, which is nutrition, and factor number two is non-exercise activities, like how active are you always in the course of the day. So if you're going to the gym for 1 hour, and then after that 1 hour you go to your office, you'll find it hard to lose weight, because you've only make use of 1 hour. You see, so you're only active for 1 hour. So the rest of 8 hours, let's say 8 hours, you are maybe on your desk. Yani, you're just making light movements because you need to survive. Okay? So what I'm saying is, we have people known as fidgeters. I'll give you maybe 2 examples. There's a person who is working like a receptionist, and there's one who is working in an office, like a teacher, yeah, classroom teacher. So a classroom teacher and a person who is a receptionist, those are 2 different people. Why? A classroom teacher, or rather a teacher, a classroom teacher. A teacher will always be moving from one classroom to the other. Okay? A receptionist, she's just stuck on her desk for the next maybe 8 hours. Yeah, maybe she'll just wake up to visit the washroom or to grab her lunch, something like that. But she'll not be active like the teacher. So, if you are an observer or somebody who likes observing things, you realize teachers barely put on a lot of weight if you're an observant person. But if you look at these people who are in their sedentary jobs, secretaries, receptionists, people are working in their offices, they are always fat because they are not fidgeting, they are not proactive. They are always on their seat for the rest of the year, maybe. I'm just saying maybe. So, what I'm saying is, if you are in these workstations I've pointed out, and you want to lose weight, the best thing to do, it is always to avoid that seat that is in your office. So what I'm saying is, if you're always on your desk, try to stand up, even maybe put a timer. You say after every 15 minutes, I must stand up, stretch, walk a little bit, and then come back and continue with your day-to-day activities. But if you're always on your desk every day of the week, even if you're going to the gym, you'll be like, how comes I'm not losing weight yet I'm always in the gym? Okay? So tip number 1 is try to be proactive in the course of the day. In the course of the day, I mean always be up on your feet. Assume the seat is your enemy, like it has some sharp nails pointed upwards, so you cannot sit on it. Okay? That is how you will lose weight. That is one tip. Be a fidgeter, be proactive. Avoid sitting down all the time. That's why if you go to these supermarkets, some of the supermarkets on Onanga, they don't have the seats. Like the cashiers. They're always on their feet when they're doing their thing. Those cashiers, my friend, if you went there with maybe 80 kgs and you want to lose weight to 70, you will automatically lose it, because you see, you need that energy to sustain that posture. That is being on your feet. Number 2, I spoke about nutrition. This is a very critical part where most people, they normally just think that nutrition is something that is not to be considered. But I'm here to tell you that nutrition is very critical if you want to lose weight. So some of you may say, oh, I always eat this amount of food and I'm still not dropping weight. You're not dropping weight because your body has undergone what you call metabolic adaptation. Metabolic adaptation is whereby the first 3 months, your body was under shock. So maybe you decided to go below your normal intake. So you are eating maybe 2,000 calories. You decided to say, I'll start eating 1,500 calories. So you have done a very good thing because you are on a deficit. So you'll automatically begin to lose weight. But after some point, your body will adapt to that stimulus, because now it can no longer burn more than that, because you need to be alive. You understand? So if you go below that 1,500, your body will do anything within its power to sustain life. That is, now it will try to use the stored fats to take care of that actual activities that you normally do. Okay? Without forgetting now the internal organs, they also have to be functioning. So they function using the stored fats, like the way the heart is beating, the way the blood is circulating, the way I'm making these movements. You understand? So they're all using energy. So nutrition plays a critical role, because we look at nutrition in aspect of protein, carbohydrates, and fats. Okay? So protein helps you to build muscles. But if you consume protein, there's something known as thermic effect. thermic effect of food is the energy that your body needs to break down foods that you have eaten. Okay, like digestion and absorption. So if you take protein, it will take away, we say, 30% of your total daily energy expenditure. So energy expenditure means you've been working all day, you've been eating, you've been doing everything in order for you to be alive, okay? At the end of the day, when you retire to your bed, there's amount of energy that your body will say, today you have used this amount of energy, okay, to perform these movements. Mark you, I'm speaking about digestion of food, so your organs, the way they're functioning. Speaking about you going to the washroom, you going to the shop, you going to your office, all those, as long as you're moving a muscle. At the end of the day, there's a certain amount of energy that will have expended in order for you to make those movements. So for protein, also is part of this whole calculation. It takes away 30% of that total daily energy expenditure. 30% it's a lot. It's a lot, imagine, because it means your body has to tap into the fat cells in order for it to break protein. So protein takes away a lot of energy compared to carbohydrates, compared to fats. So that's why I always say, if you want to lose weight, you must do anything within your power to make sure protein is part of your meal. It's like part and parcel of your meal. From morning to evening, you cannot afford to skip protein. But I don't know if you guys normally do that, because when I speak about protein, I'm not speaking about beans, I'm not speaking about peas, I'm not speaking about any plant-based protein. Plant-based protein, they are not quality sort of proteins. I'm speaking about animal protein, bro. I'm speaking about chicken, I'm speaking about beef, I'm speaking about fish, I'm speaking about animal protein. Are we together? So when you want to lose weight, think about animal protein. They take away 30% of their total daily energy expenditure, and that is a lot. So that is how you lose weight, through nutrition. So anytime you hear the word nutrition, think about protein. Okay? Don't think about carbohydrates. And then another thing, when you think about protein, when you think about nutrition, don't think doing away with anything. If there's anyone out there who's selling you this myth of you must do away with this, you must do away with that, it has never happened, bro. Ever since human beings were created, hakuna kwenye abstaining from something has ever solved anything. So you must learn how to do what? Control. So controlling is the key, not getting rid of something. So you can never say, I'll get rid of wheat, I'll get rid of pizza, I'll get rid of rice, I'll get rid of alcohol. That one you're just lying to yourself, because kuna kitu inaitwa craving. So your body will start to crave for that which you've been like abstaining from. You understand? It can be even sex. Anything you're trying to abstain from, it has never worked. So you control. I always say it's either you reduce or you substitute. So reduction, is either you reduce your carbohydrate intake. These carbohydrates that you feel like they're responsible for your weight gain. It could be fries, it could be simple carbs. Or you substitute it with something else. So if I do away with, let's say, wheat, chapo, I can substitute it with the bread. There's a difference. There's a difference between chapo, because chapo, it has been fried. Bread, it has been baked. So that is a huge difference. So if I put 100 calories of chapo and 100 calories of bread, of course there's a difference, because chapo iko na mafuta, bread haina mafuta, bread imekuwa baked. So that is a way of reduction and substitution. Another thing you guys need to know is this. When you're eating carbohydrates, I say they take anywhere between 5 to 30%. You know why 5 to 30? Because we have different types of carbohydrates. So we have complex carbs, I'll explain, and we have simple carbs. We also have something known as fibrous carbs. Okay? And then I'll answer, what if they are affecting my skin? So what are these things that you're saying they're affecting your skin? Protein. I'm assuming you're saying protein is affecting your skin. Well, I don't think it's protein that is affecting your skin, to be honest. I don't think it's protein that is affecting your skin, because You need protein to survive. You cannot survive without protein. Your body will start eating its own protein. So when you're talking about protein, we have essential and non-essential. Essential ni ile ulizaliwa nayo, like ulizaliwa na nyama, like to cover my skeletal system. So unajua nyama ndio imecover my bones nini. So hiyo ni essential, like. So if you don't eat protein, your body itatafuta protein within its nature. Itaanza sasa kula biceps, itaanza kula thighs, itaanza kula everything because it needs to survive. So when you say, let's say protein is affecting you, maybe this is eggs, I'm sure you're talking of. Sio eggs inaku affect, ni gut yako iko fiti. So eggs inakwambia hauko sawa. Eggs inatry kushow there's something wrong with your body, and perhaps it is your gut that is fucked up. You get what I mean? Gut, I mean, see, kwa gut yako we have bacteria from your mouth all the way down there. You know, gut, we have bacteria. Also, these bacteria, if you don't nourish them with proper food, they'll start to die one after the other. Na zikikuwa overshadowed or overpowered by the bad bacteria, what will happen? You'll start to develop acne, or rather blemishes on your skin. So anytime you're eating, I was coming to that point, by the way. Anytime you're eating, it is always good to take fiber in form of vegetables, ama in form of fruits, ama in form of fermented foods. When I say fermented food, I'm speaking about mala ama yogurt. Okay? 3 things: fibrous carbohydrates, which is fruits and veggies, ama fermented foods, which is mala ama yogurt. So watu wangapi hufanya hivyo? You see, what you'll do, you'll eat that which is causing inflammation to your system, which is now sugar. So if you take a lot of sugar, ndio inaanza kufuck up your gut, inaanza kufuck up your skin, and then you blame it on the eggs. Another thing 99.99% of people do is, this is a mistake that you guys normally make. When you're taking fruits, there's a difference between eating a whole fruit. If I give you a whole fruit like a mango or an orange, afu mwingine aende a blend, there's a difference. Kuna difference ya wewe umeblend mango na mimi nimekula mango whole. So when I blend mango and then I sieve it and then I drink it, mimi na ule msee mwenye amekula mumias, mwenye ameweka chai kwa sukari, sukari kwa chai, same WhatsApp group, because what I've done, I've gotten rid of the most important thing and take care of my gut, which is the fiber. So what am I saying? When you're taking fibrous carbohydrates, its main work is not to release soft stool. The main work of taking fiber, it is to feed your bacteria, like your good bacteria ziwe fed na hii fiber unadishi, ndo ziendelee kumanifest, so that they get rid of this acne in your face. You understand what I mean? But what you do, you guys, you don't eat enough fiber, so you eat solid foods like chapo. When you eat chapo is a very good example of skin acne. Chapo dehydrates your gut. Unanielewa? Chapo it's like, you see the way you normally scoop avocado like this, that is how wheat does to your gut. And then it kills nearly all the good bacteria. And since these good bacteria are dead, the only way of telling your body that your bacteria are dead, it is through acne. This acne inakushow mambo si mzuri kwa gut yako. So how do you go about it? It is through doing what I've just told you. Take fermented milk, ama yogurt, especially not the sweetened yogurt. Inaitwa sweet whatever yogurt. Not even the sweetened mala. The organic one, the one that is pearl, like it is dull. That one is the one that you should take. It will start to build back your bacteria. Number 2, anytime you're eating, make sure vegetable it's in your meal. make sure each vegetable is not overcooked. It is like steamed for like 5 minutes and then you eat it. Which vegetable? Me, in my case, I take cabbages, or rather, in most cases, I prefer cabbage because cabbage iko na hiyo power ya ku bring back the good bacteria. I'm not saying spinach is bad. I don't like sukuma wiki. Sukuma wiki mi naonanga iko so overrated, just like ugali. I only take spinach or cabbage. Those two only. So that way, you realize you are beginning to have this glowing skin. If you do it for like 3 months or so. And then another thing you should do, make sure you drink water. First thing in the morning, take water. This water, if it's possible, add some bit of salt in it. Okay? Add some bit of salt. The reason I'm saying so is because, you see, when I sweat, you're sweating, that is salt. You're visiting the urine all the time, that is salt. Like your body, it's made up of salt too. So, when you're doing excretion, that is through sweating, through urinating, you are taking away a lot of salt. So, first thing in the morning, take that. Another thing where the reason I'm saying you should take water first thing in the morning, it's because of your brain. You see, your brain takes away a lot of energy when you are asleep. Your brain is the one responsible for what is happening when you are asleep. Digestion, breathing, detoxification on your liver. Even liver takes away a lot of water because of that detox. So anything you're eating, lazima ipitie kwa liver before it being digested, because not everything, because there are some things like carbohydrates, they first have to pass through the mouth and then some of them might be digested in the mouth. But anytime you have eaten, your body will detect this one is toxic. So water has to be used for that process. So when you are asleep, your story yote ina happen. So unaamuka while you're dehydrated because the brain has been doing a lot of work. You understand? Salty water, just 1 glass, and then try to drink now maji ya kawaida throughout the day. So I think I've answered her. This person was talking about acne, and I've also answered for the ladies who believe that eggs are the enemies to your progress in terms of facial. No, it's not the eggs. It is just your eating habits are not good. Eggs haijai kuwa na shida. It is your eating habit that is pathetic. Okay, away from that point, I was talking about energy balance and I was talking about carbohydrates. Okay, so let me just exhaust on carbohydrates. So carbohydrates take away 5 to 30% of your total daily energy expenditure. That means we have different types of carbohydrates. That's why it's 5 to 30. So 5% is for the simple carbohydrates. You know, simple carbohydrates ni vitu kama mchele, or just in simple words, anything that is processed, anything that is refined. Okay? An example, unga number 1 and unga number 2. Unga number 2 is refined, unga number 1 is refined, unga number 2 is not refined. So unga number 2 is whole, unga number 1 is refined. So it could be even rice, it could be wheat. Wheat that is refined, ile ya white. Ye iko refined. Ile ya brown, it's not refined. Okay? So anything that is refined, it will be quickly digested in your body because aina that process of trying to get rid of this whole thing that they normally get rid of before they siaga the thing. Okay? That's why I'm saying it is always good to take whole foods. Whole grain. Whole grain, iko na another fact. This is the fact, the best part of this story. It takes away again 30% of your total daily energy expenditure. Just like protein, even whole grain does the same. So, it means for you to digest complex carbohydrates, because iko in wholeness, your body has to undergo this whole process. Kama tu protein. Ina go into the fat cells, ina tap a bit of energy for it to break down the complex carbohydrates. So some of these complex carbohydrates ni vitu kama ndoma, gouache. You see, they have that fiber, that roughage. That roughage ndo uniqueness ya any complex carbohydrates. Meaning, complex carbohydrates ikitolewa hiyo roughage, it's useless. it's no longer complex carb. So ukisikia msee anasema I love brown bread, I don't love white bread, hakuna difference ya brown bread na white bread. The only difference, it is that wholeness. Yes, so you will feel like you're satisfied for a very long period of time if you take whole grain, because it takes time for it to be broken down with the system. You understand? But complex carb, quick fast, it has been broken down. That's why if you eat rice, you feel hungry. But if you eat oats first thing in the morning, hautasikia njaa, because inakuwa digested slowly. Same applies to unga number 2. Same applies to ndoma, gouache, or any root tuber. It will take time for them to be broken down because of the same old shit that I'm trying to say. I believe you have understood up to there. So, complex carbs take 30%. Anything less than that take 5% or less, because inakuwa quickly digested. You see? So, why are you gaining weight? Because you don't know what you're eating. You get? Anytime you're gaining weight, try to be accountable for that which you ate during the day, during the weekend, or that which you've been eating. So you cannot just gain weight out of the blues. Awezi. And then you cannot say it's genetic. It might be genetic, yes, it might be genetic, because some people are fat not because they want to be fat. It's because it is in their genes. Meaning, a person who is fat, and tukiangalia their whole generation, they have been having a fat individuals, it is because they have a lot of adipose tissues. Adipose tissues where the fat energy store. Okay? And then us who are not fat, Mimi, it's also genetic. So I don't have a lot of adipose tissues. Like in our family, most of us are not fat. Okay? So hatuwezi brag, and then hatuwezi sema tuko fit since we are not fat. So we have less adipose tissues. Okay? So same applies to these people wanasemanga they're obese. So if you're obese because you have a lot of adipose tissues. So it will be worse if you know your condition, but you're still worsening the condition through eating poorly. You understand? Through eating junk, through eating fries, through eating all those bullshit foods. And then because the adipose tissues zinazidi kumultiply, by the time you know it is too late. Okay? That's how diabetes kills. It is quite easy. The way cancer cells was multiply when you have cancer, it's the same thing. When you have diabetes, adipose tissues zinaendelea kumultiply, zinaendelea kuwa mingi, so you always get bigger and big. And gym's the solution. Gym is not the solution to if you have a diabetes. Solution, it is fast food. You have to address on whatever thing you're eating. Okay? You have to address that which you're putting in your mouth. So you have to be so accountable of whatever thing that you normally put in your mouth. So from today, try to reduce or substitute the way I've said, but don't get rid of anything, whether you are diabetic or not. Don't say, hey, niko diabetic, so you panic. No, don't panic, just start reducing. So if you reduce, you are also reducing the adipose tissues. The adipose tissues inaanza reduce. So it is reversible. That's what I'm trying to say. Diabetes is reversible. I've spoken about food. Fats is also a very critical thing that people kinda wanashindangwa. Fat ni nini aswa kwa mwili? Fat is so important because this fat is the source of energy to protein and carbohydrates. You understand? Like, in order for you to break down protein and carbs, you need fats. So, not just any fat. Here's another caveat. When you're eating fats, we have different types of fats. I'll give you. We have saturated fats, we have unsaturated fats, and we have trans fats. Okay? So, saturated fats ni zile zinapatikana kwa animal. Like if you go to a butchery, unasema usinikatie mafuta. That is saturated fat, okay? Is it bad? It's not bad. Excessive intake of it is harmful. Unsaturated fat inapatikana kwa plants like olive oil, avocado, sunflower, you understand? Those coconut, hizo ni unsaturated fat. Are they bad? No, they are not. They're actually very expensive. Some of us cannot afford unsaturated fat because they are very expensive. Tunaongelea vitu kama olive oil. How many of you can afford olive oil? And when I'm talking about affording, Si una afford for 1 month, una afford for entire life. It is very expensive. Now, trans fats, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. In fact, some countries, they may ban trans fats from being produced. Trans fat ni kina nani? Trans fat ni Kimbo. Any solid oil. Trans fat. You need trans fat. And where will you find this trans fat? If you're always eating from kibanda, wewe jua uko kwa shida kubwa tena sana. If you're always eating just from vendors, please start abstaining from those vendors, because those people are not there to think about your health. They're not there to be like, hey, umse ana lose weight. Sasa tunafaa tukimbilie Elianto. Those people, they're there to make money. And they will go for the cheapest commodity in order for them to in order for the returns to be higher than them. So, trans fats huwa zikui digested, in case you're wondering. Trans fat can never be digested. In fact, if you take like 100 grams of trans fat, it will take you more than 72 days, 74 days for it to be gotten rid of the system. So, hey, you see, today I decide to eat trans fat. And I'm dormant, like majority of you. So you don't go to the gym, you don't do nothing. It will take me 72 to 74 days for me to get rid of it. Ngoja, I'm speaking about margarine, Blue Band. Wejua, this kabele is not moving. It's not going away because of maybe trans fats. Okay? Another thing you need to know about trans fat, it interferes with your liver. So, you see, if you look at a normal liver and a fatty liver, zinaka different sana. A fatty liver hata huwezi taka kuiona. Some of you mkiweza enda mfanyiwe scanning pale OC, muonyeshwe liver yenyu, mnaweza shtuka sana. So, what am I saying? What I'm saying is, you might be drinking alcohol na naenda gym. Na wewe would drink alcohol, lakini unakula chipo mwito and the likes. Unaweza pata liver yako ni mbaya kuliko yangu. That is what I'm trying to say. Unaweza penda sukari, like on every daily, you're eating a lot of sugar. And then me, I don't take sugar, I don't do that. And then we go to lab, tuangaliwe liver zetu. We mwenye unakulanga sugar daily utashtuka. So your liver, chances are iko fatty. And when your liver is fatty, inashindwa produce the juices that ziko responsible for digesting other foods that are important like protein. Okay? So una wonder, I normally eat well, but unaharibu by not being accountable to these small things that you're doing. You understand? You're buying just fries anywhere. Because you're lazy, maybe you're busy. So you cannot afford to carry your own food. So consider lazima ukimbie kwa mama wa kibandaski. And it's not like you're doing it for one day, you're doing it every day. So if you're always that individual normally do such, you don't have that permission of complaining where you're not seeing your tummy going. We are confused. Talk about how to lose weight easily. I'm coming there. So that is how you start building fat slowly by slowly. You don't build fat just because you have been in discipline for 1 week. You build fats when you are in discipline for a very long period of time. You understand? That's why you'll be like, Allah, these are my photos. If you look at your previous photos and your current photos, you'll be like, Now and then you'll be like, niligain aje. It is small things that is leading you to gaining your fat. Speaking of matanye, these things that the ladies call it matanye. Aina nini remedy ingine. Remedy ni ile. You must start watching on whatever thing that you're eating. So, I've spoken about protein. Protein, prioritize on protein if you want to lose weight. Protein is number 1. Protein, animal protein, not plant protein. So animal protein, anything inatoa damu. Prioritize on that one. Number 2, eat complex carbohydrates. Complex carbohydrates, I don't have to emphasize. I've already explained. Okay? Anything that iko whole and you go refine. Number 3, start eating unsaturated fats. Start eating avocado. Make sure avocado iko kwa mili yako. Make sure eggs iko kwa mili yako. Eggs, because it has good fats. Make sure, if it's possible, kuna food zingine you don't have to fry them. You just boil them or bake them or roast them if it's possible. Choose your struggle. because you're trying to get rid of unnecessary fats. You see, any oil that is being sold in these supermarkets, zote ni trans fats. Speaking of Elianto, it's trans fat. Trust you me. Speaking of Golden Fry, it's trans fat. Trust you me. Speaking of whichever solid oil umeamini, say liquid oil, it's not 100%. Hiyo tu ni gimmicks za marketing strategies. So instead, what I'll do, I'll go for the animal fats. You see, get ghee. Ghee iko better than easy fats zingine mnakuwa mmeplace. If not ghee, get olive oil, which is very expensive. So question is, can you sustain that? If you can sustain olive oil, uko 20 times better or 1,000,000 times better than ours on buying hizi mafuta zingine. That is how you lose fats. So you'll be deluded being like, I normally go to the gym, but I'm not seeing any changes. You're not seeing any changes because you're not doing the right thing. Yeah? Going to the gym will not help you to lose weight. I swear before God, going to the gym will never help you to lose weight. Meaning coach. So what will make you lose weight, it is what I'm telling you right now. It is your nutrition per se. Protein. Make sure you're eating protein fasting in the morning, lunchtime, and evening. The worst mistake you can ever do on this earth, it is to skip protein. You can afford to skip carbs. You can afford to skip that chai. You can afford to skip mkate. But you can't afford to skip protein. So what am I saying? Anytime you're feeling hungry, think about protein. Don't think about carbohydrates. So what am I also saying? Anytime you're feeling hungry, usiende fruit. Nimesema fruit ni poa. But fruit has sugar. So if you get used to sugar, you'll be just satisfying your dopamine. So you'll be like, sinakula healthy. Yeah, you're eating healthy, but itakuwa unakuanga tu na cravings. So another way of gaining weight, it is through intuitive eating. You're eating fruit, thinking you're eating healthy, but whatever content iko kwa hii fruit inafanya unakuwa na cravings. So umekula fruit ina shida. Fruit haina shida kabisa, but inakupea cravings. So utakuwa umetoka kwa fruit and then inafanya crave chapo, inafanya crave chipo, inafanya crave kitu ya kipuzi sana. So another thing you should do, kwa hiyo shelf yako, if you have any sort of snack, get rid of it. I don't care how expensive that snack is. Just throw it to the garbage because bad food belongs to the garbage. Okay? And oats are very okay. Oats are number one. In fact, naona oats, naona ndoma, sweet potato, malenge, plantain, na any root tuber. Hizo, make sure ukienda supermarket, hizo ndo una source za kwanza because they're complex carbohydrates. So hizo zina take time to digest kwa mwili. Meaning, ukikula ndoma sahi, utasikia njaa maybe after a couple of hours, as opposed to ukikula rice. So if you eat rice sahi, utasikia njaa for a very short window time. You get? So uzuri wa complex carb ni hiyo number one. Ina cut off hizi ujinga kama snacking. You get what I mean? Sijui kama kuna kitu nimeacha because some of you mmeingia sahi, but nime-explain vitu mingi sana. So make sure you do that. I've spoken about, hiyo ni point moja tu nime-explain. So we have BMR, we have exercise, we have non-exercise activities like fidgeting. Fidgeting is being active. After umetoka gym, bado unakuanga active too, like a teacher. You see, take an example of a teacher. A teacher si mtu akukaa chini, akona Kiswahili ile class, maybe form 4A, tena akona Kiswahili lesson nyingine, class nyingine. So unaona teacher ako always in motion. It's very hard for you to find a fat teacher. Na kama wako, maybe wako na hiyo shida ya diabetes yenye nimesema. But majority, if you are a good observer, you will find out most of them, they are not fat. Because they are always fidgeting. Enda kwa receptionist. Angalia ma receptionist karibu wote ni wanono. Angalia ma secretary karibu wote ni wanono. Angalia any person wako kwa sedentary job ni wanono. Why? Because they are not active. They always in their desks typing and all that shit. So gaining fat inakuwa so easy. Okay? So nimesema about fidgeting or that action of being proactive after going to the gym. Another thing you need to know is now exercise. Tujaongelea sasa gym. Gym, the only work of gym ni kuimprove on your lifestyle. Kama ukijua hivyo. The only work of training, exercising, it is to improve on your lifestyle. So ukienda gym umesubscribe, usiende na hiyo narrative ama hiyo notion ya I'm going there to lose weight. Weight loss ina happen nje ya gym. That's why I spoke about food na nimeemphasize sana. That's why I spoke about being proactive. Nimechoka mgongo man. I spoke about being proactive. Being proactive ni kama mwalimu, kama mse wa delivery, kama mama wa soko. Unaget hawa wase wanakuanga on their feet, kama mse wa kupaint. Unaona? So wacha starehe mingi. Aya, what else do you want to know? Creatine is very good. Let me tell you something about creatine. When you're using supplements si watu wa kwenda gym. That's another mistake you guys normally make. Supplement si ya watu wanaendanga gym. Supplement ni anyone, any individual, whether you're going to the gym or not. Supplement, you need it. You need creatine whether you're going to the gym or not, unless you're pregnant. You need creatine. You need whey protein. Do you know why you need whey protein? Because sometimes unaweza kuwa busy, hauna time ya kupika. Sasa hapo ndo whey protein inakusaidia. Unaona? Whey protein ni food. Wacha ni watoe hiyo nini? What do you call it? That forgetting that name. Whey protein, it is food. Food in a powder form. So don't be like, itanipea muscle. You don't get muscles through taking whey protein. You understand? Whey protein, its main work is to nourish your muscles. You see, I've told you need protein. As much as you may deny this, we pata acne. We jua your body needs protein. If you don't take enough protein, your body will start eating itself. Unakonda, bro. Or you'll become fluffy. You'll become just weak. You understand? So protein whey is not for people who are going to the gym. Remove that mentality from your head. Creatine is not for people. Hata sasa inafaa nikunywe creatine. Just one scoop uko sawa. Whether you're going to the gym or not, take creatine monohydrate. You understand? Another thing you need to take magnesium. Enda kwa by the way, these things are not expensive. Ile sahi, you need to clap for yourself kama unajua ujaenda nje. If you go outside, sahi kwa club, wase wamejaa. Bro, bia moja club ni 350, I don't know. 350 na utakunywa bia 6. Do you know how much is that? Na wacha si wewe tu utakunywa. You'll have to buy for your friends because wewe unataka kuitwa mheshimiwa. At the end of that evening, at the end of that night, you'll find out you have spent over 10K. Same individual ana complain about whey protein expensive. Ame spend 10K within a weekend. Enye itarudi. So, just know, this 10K ukitumia mzuri, unaweza buy hizi supplements zote nimetaja. Na you're not taking them for one weekend. You're taking them for nearly 8 weeks or so, depending na consumption yako. So you can imagine, people is not like they don't have money to do these things. They do have money. It's just that they just not prioritizing on the important things that should be in their lives. Okay? Another thing you guys need to know, munafaa muhitaji zinc. Na yeah, zinc is very essential to mineral that you should have in your meals. Another thing that you should have, naongelea supplements. Nimeongelea whey protein, creatine, magnesium, nimeongelea zinc, and you need omega 3s and omega 6. Omega 3 na omega 6 do the cheapest supplement unaweza pata on this earth after creatine, because they are going for like less than 1,000. Mnahesabiwa capsules hivi. First thing in the morning, consume those supplements I've said. Hii mkuzi mnasema ati acne and this other nonsense. It is just from whatever things that you are eating. Inflammatory foods zina cause inflammation in your skin. If you have acne, it is your gut that is fucked up, and you need to take fermented food, you need to take vegetables, you need to take fiber, you need to eat complex carbohydrates, you need to eat whole grain, you need to eat easy vitu kama ndoma nimesema. Okay? If you want to be safe. So, I've just touched on fat loss. Speaking about, people think that going to the gym is what will help them solve this issue of fat loss. Going to the gym only helps you to solve issues related to your general wellness. Speaking about maybe trying to correct your posture, maybe trying to improve on your cardiovascular and respiratory system. You're trying to improve on just your general well-being. You understand? So don't go to the gym because you want to lose weight. Start eating well, start eating protein, start eating fiber, and start fidgeting, start doing a non-exercise activity, things that you have not planned for. In fact, the best way of making sure that umefidget mzuri ni kuwa na watch. Unaona ile watch inakuanga ile smartwatch ile smartwatch, uzuri wake ni moja, inaweza kuambia steps ngapi umemake per day. Hata simu yangu nimeona wameniwekea hiyo apps vile hiyo OS yake inaitangwa aje hiyo whatever, nikaona kai hata simu yangu inaniambia I've made this amount of steps today, this number of steps. So hiyo saa usiangalie calories, that's mistake. They're not accurate. Don't be like today I've burnt 200 calories. It is inaccurate. So instead say today I've made 10,000 steps, 15,000 steps. That is the best way of kukwambia kama umekuwa proactive throughout the day. You understand? So kama una wako desk as a secretary, wacha upuzi, amka. Because you are the same individual utasema, why am I losing weight? Why am I not losing weight? You're not losing weight because you're lazy. And I'm sorry to say this. You see, when you're fat, anytime unaona fat imeanza kukick in, your body is telling you that you're becoming lazy, you're becoming too comfortable. And it's high time you get off your ass from that seat and start making movements. Start going to the gym. Yani, it's all about priorities, bro. If you think going to the gym is expensive, or rather keeping fit is expensive, enda hosi who meet these diabetic patients. Then just ask them this one question. Just name one wish. Sahi una wish, your biggest wish. Kuna sahi mtu wish yake maybe ni kukuwa na nyumba yake. Kuna mwingine anaweza kuambia wish yake ni alipiwe rent. Kuna mwingine atakwambia wish yake ni aende Dubai. Watu wako na wish weird. Diabetic patient, wish yake moja ni kuregain ama kurecover health yake. Watu wanaonanga mnaogopanga ukedi, ogopeni diabetes. Because diabetes every fucking day lazima uende hizo insulin. Every day, bro. Na si dawa, si ndano. Ni kama uko on roids. So, weka priority yako iko upside down. Sina time because amunanga time. Munaongojanga time ile wakati dokia mwambia, my friend, sasa ndo the 11th hour imefika. Sasa ndo mnaanza kuja busy. Mnaanza kuwa na ile anxiety ya kulose weight. Mnaanza kunipressurize na maswali. Hii tumbo nitamaliza na siku ngapi? Sijui nini. Utamaliza na ile masiku uliongeza. Unaona, if you spend 2 years to grow up your potty belly, it will take you 3 years to drop it. And it is so simple. Start making food from your home. Buy oven, inaitwaje ile? Microwave, kuwa na pressure cooker. Pressure cooker ni 3000 peke yake, ile sufuria ile. Na kuwe na fridge. Why am I saying so? Okay, na another thing, buy food in bulk. Wacha kubuy nyama kilo moja. Go to a slaughterhouse, it is cheaper na itakusustain for long. Go to any slaughterhouse that is around you. Buy like at least 10 kilos of meat. Store it in your fridge. Buy those containers. Buy those containers. Store them so that you prep your meals uzieke kwa hiyo containers. When you are from working, umeingia home, pick one container, put it on a microwave, kula. Utakuwa na hiyo hustle ya kwanza kula sijui pizza, umeorder pizza. You see, ukiangalia si ati una do. You're just misusing your money. Umeorder pizza, hiyo ni pesa ngapi? Umeorder pizza mara ngapi? Okay? Calculate, angalia ni pesa ngapi. And then hiyo pesa umeona unatumianga kukubai pizza. Kusanya, ubai hizi vitu na kushow. Okay? Ukienda job, unachukua tena container nyingine, unaweka kwa bag. Ambia watu wa job, boss abuy microwave for such people wenye wanabeba food. Unapatch, kwani microwave ni how much? 6,000. As in, weight loss is so easy. Mi naonanga the easiest thing on this earth ni ku lose weight. I swear before God. Kugain muscle ni very hard. Very hard. Gaining a pound of muscle, Waulize watakwambia, ask me and I'll tell you. But losing a pound of fat, it's quite easy. Very easy. If you only discipline and consistent. But now, most of you, muko only discipline for 1 week. And then next week, you start bringing up these excuses. Oh, najua nimekuwa busy. Hii weekend sijui nimefanya nini na nini. Your body does not care whether umekuwa busy or not. Just like your bills. Your bills don't care whether umekuwa busy or not. Bills, they have to be paid. You understand? Na kama unadhani bills ya kulipa nyumba ni expensive, wewe enda kwa medical bill ndio utajua medical bill is more expensive than kulipa rent. Okay? So, musiongoje, don't wait until the doctor tells you it is high time start going to the gym. Because utakuwa unafanya gym kusatisfy doctor, na utakuwa unafanya gym as a form of punishment. So you will not enjoy the process. You will even be cursing yourself for no apparent reason because of your stupidity. Number 2, wacha kusema I'll hope. You know, I hope one day to lose weight. Hope. Wezi ishi na hope. Hii dunia tunaishi na facts. Facts ni kwamba if you eat poorly, you'll gain weight. And another thing, don't be like, I'm skinny, I don't need to go to the gym. Like, okay, I've never gained weight, so I don't need to go to the gym. You're not going to the gym to lose weight or to gain. You're going there to build, to improve on your general, yani for efficiency in your work. Okay? Some of you, munachoka mkiwork, not because hamna energy, but it is because hamna motivation. Now, when you start going to the gym, inakupea hiyo motivation ya kufanya kazi. So, any job yenye unapeananga, niletee maji 20 liters from downstairs, utapata wewe ni mwenyewe ndo unaendea. You see, the way you're misusing your money can tell you you're lazy. Ile ya kupiga simu niletee maji ya dispenser, na maybe that dispenser iko hapo nje. It is BS, to be honest. It is BS. Hiyo ni kitu unaweza fanya mwenyewe. But because unakuanga lazy generally, utapata you're giving that guy 50 bob anakubebea. Unaona? Haya. Ukitaka another thing, improve in your general wellness, tupa mob stick. Tumia, piga deki, bend over bro. That is how to tell how well you are. You know, wellness ni kitu simple. Instead of sitting down when you are doing laundry, bend over. And then, maybe bend over for like 10 minutes, amuka ufeel your mgongo inasema aje. That feeling will tell you whether uko fit or not. So, because some of you will be like, I'm skinny, I don't need to go to the gym. You may be skinny, you don't need to go to the gym, but you got no muscles. So you're always panting like a mofo anytime you're doing a tiny bit of something. Okay? So, stop being comfortable. Be uncomfortable with that which is making you comfortable. Be so uncomfortable. Kama ni always sitting on your seat, try one day useme, let me even walk outside for even 20 minutes just to kukolabo tu na nature, usikie nature inasemaje. You understand? Try kupanda stairs. Ile tu unakaa mjinga tu, si unaishi kwa apartment. Panda tu and then the way you'll pant it will tell you kama uko fit ama uko fit. Okay? Kama uko kwa wale wasio elevator, sema tu leo wacha nipande stairs hadi uko juu. Maybe unaishi 10th floor uko. Feel venye una feel. So that will show, do I need to go to the gym or not? So you're not going to the gym to lose weight. You're going to the gym to improve on your general wellness. It might be posture, uko na kaifosi. It might be anything, I don't know. That is the main reason you should subscribe to a gym. So, one to you, mwenye anaenda gym na notion ya lose weight, bro, you'll beat about the bush for the entire year. And you'll be like, I even went to the gym, I have not lost anything. You know how they say it? They say it, I've even gone to the gym for like 1 year and I haven't seen any changes. It's because nobody told you about this, which I'm telling you right now. So I've spoken about fat loss. I've spoken about nutrition. I've spoken about training. Okay? I've spoken about the uncomfortable truth. So, mwenye ako na swali aniulize. I'm waiting. I am fucking waiting for that question. Chanione wale watu wako on. By the way, kama na make sense, si you like hivi da. Because nilikuwa nilale nikasema, wacha ni rant manze for this evening. Any question? And I've also spoken about supplements, bro. Supplements here, watu wa kwenda gym. Supplements is for everyone. Supplements, it is for everyone. Whether you're going to unless you're pregnant, whether you're going to the gym, whether you're not going to the gym, you need supplements because the nutrients you're getting from the food, some of these foods hasn't enough nutrients. So you need to supplement it with these external supplements. Is it commercialized there? Yeah, that's why you need supplements. You need whey protein, just to kukumbusha. You need creatine. You need creatine. Creatine si watu wakwenda gym pekee. Ni hata wewe mwenye wenangi gym. You need zinc, you need magnesium, and you need fish oil. Ama omega 3, 6. You need those supplements nimetaja, and they're not expensive. Another thing is about this myth of creatine ina store maji kwa mwili. Sijui huyo ni mjinga gani aliwadanganya hiyo kitu. Ati, kwani is it a bad thing? Is it bad for your body to store water? Ni mbaya. Number 2, creatine ina store maji kwa mwili. Ina store maji kwa cell, kwa muscle cells. Okay? So inafanya cells zako za muscle zikuwe at the best environment that they can ever be. The best. Wewe imagine uko diani mahali. Unapigwa na ile breeze ya sea. Hapo kuna sharubati umeishika on your right arm. Ukiscroll pale kwenye Instagram, na umelalia ile stuff ile. And then mtu akwambia that is the worst feeling on earth. Si utaambia huyu mtu tu kuna vienye tu amefiat. Even though creatine ina behave ndani ya muscles zako. The way uko diani umeshika sharubati, ukiscroll Instagram umelala unapigwa na jua hivi. Is that a bad feeling? It's not a bad feeling. I think this water retention thing wasewa ile wangu ni nini? Unaona? When your muscles ziko under that environment, ama in that environment, that is when you become very efficient in your lift. Unasikia yani 120 kgs is very easy. Withdraw from creatine, again, unaanza kufeel ni kama umetolewa diani unaanza kurudishwa huku bara. It's the same thing. So what I'm saying is, when you're taking supplements is not something to take for like 3 months and then you withdraw. Usiwahi danganywa hivyo. Supplement ni kama chakula. You cannot say, I'll eat this food for only 3 months and then after 3 months you will die. So you are taking this creatine till you die. That's what I'm saying. Okay? And then don't overconsume it. Just take 5 grams. 5 grams is only 1 scoop at whatever time of the day. You can take it in the morning. You can take it in the evening. You can take it during the day. It doesn't matter. Take it any time of the day. Mix it with water. Drink it. Another thing you need to know, when you're taking whey protein, the best time ya kutake whey protein, wacha niwaambie ni saa ngapi. You see, anytime uko njaa, anytime una feel, ni lunchtime, I need to eat. Don't go for carbs. Don't go for whey protein or any type of protein. Kula, enda zako. Another thing you need to know, when you have served your meal, kukua pale DH, dining room, you have served your meal. One big mistake unaweza fanya ni kubakisha food na kuharibia. Najua carbohydrates ni very addictive. Unakula carbs and then unaachana na hizi vitu zingine. Wachana na carbs, kula hizi vitu zingine. So hizi vitu zingine ni mboga na nyama, I believe so. Kama chakula hii na nyama, hiyo pia si chakula. So tunaongelea nyama na mboga. Wachana na hiyo ugali. You don't need it. Another thing, you should never ever skip protein in any time of the day. I mean, in any time of your meals. I don't know what time you normally eat. Don't make that mistake of skipping protein. You can afford to skip anything else, but not protein. Because, maybe I've not given you the reason as to why I'm saying so. Because your body is not designed to store protein. I think hiyo ndo kitu watu hawajuangi. You see, take an example of, I've built a house. This house is a wooden house. Will I say, hii house ni storage ya mbao? Sasa ile siku yenye niko in a deficit of mbao ama kuni, na pluck one wood from the house umeunda, niakishe nayo moto. Because that was not your intention when you built the house. Unaget, same applies to muscles. So muscles kazi yake ni kama hiyo nyumba. Haya, naona building blocks za muscles ni amino acids. So inamaanisha muscles ziko na amino acids. Not si muscles zote ziko na si protein zote ziko na amino acids. Animal based protein ndio iko na amino acids. So inamaanisha muscles ndio zina absorb your amino acids, unaweza kwa kama msi anaendanga gym. Meaning protein bila amino acids ni useless. Yeah, it's somehow useless because iko weak. Sasa wewe ni kama tu umekula lakini hujakula kitu quality. Yaani nikaa kula matumbo. Watu wanasema wanakula matumbo, hakuna protein mnakulanga hapo. Unaelewa? Ukikula beans, protein iko mbali sana. Another thing about protein niliwaambianga, it's all about DNA. So DNA yako iko familiar na animal based protein because your forefathers walikuwa hunters and gatherers. So your DNA iko so familiar na animal protein. You understand? So inamaanisha anytime una put an animal in your mouth, it could be beef, chicken or whatever, DNA yako ina recognize quickly and then inaweza kuabsorb that amino acids, inaweza kutumika. So hiyo ndo the main reason why plant based protein hazikuangi recommended wakati una calculate your protein intake. Unanielewa? So because protein ya plant imekuja recently sana, as in juzi tu hapa time ya agrarian revolution. So your body, your DNA is not familiar with kamande. Na si ati haina protein, kamande iko na protein. But now your body haiko familiar na kamande. Unanielewa? So it's only familiar na beef ama any animal yenye unapenda. That's why ukikula niweke watu wawili, mmoja anakula plant based na mwingine anakula animal based. Huyu wa plant based atashinda hapa, atakuwa na mark time. Lakini huyu wa nini ana move forward quick fast at a very high pace because hiyo amino acid. So inamaanisha amino acid ndio ina define protein. Amino acid ndio ina define protein. Meaning a food without amino acid, a protein without amino acid, it is weak. It is carbohydrates. In fact, mwili yako isipokuwa familia nayo inakuwa converted into carbs. So unaendelea kunona. Nakulanga mbosho na rice but nanona because ukuli protein, unakula carbs na carbs. Unanielewa? So hata from today, tebu angalia chakula unakulanga. Na naweza waambia food mnapenda kula. Asubuhi chai na mkate, useless. Kama mayai yuko kwa hiyo diet, achana na hiyo chakula. Lunch time, chapo na madondo, again useless. Hakuna protein hapo, carbs na carbs. Sasa unaona, asubuhi umekula carbs, hakuna protein. Lunch time ndio wewe umekula carbs, hakuna protein. Jioni ukule ugali na sukuma wiki na afford maybe kula nyama ya 200. Bado hujaitoshi. You see, you need, assume you're 90 kgs. Yeah? You have stepped on a scale, you're 90 kgs. Do 90 times 2. It is 180. You need 180 grams of protein on a regular fucking basis. Hawezi sema ati jana nilikula protein mingi leo sitakula. Mwili yako haijastock kitu. Imetumika yote because mwili yako inahitaji protein ndio isurvive. So huwezi jitetea na yesterday nilikula protein mingi ama hii wiki nimekula nyama mingi, hii wiki nyingine sioni nikikula nyama. You're being stupid, my friend. Mwili yako ioperate hivyo. Anytime you're eating protein, kuna vitu mbili zina happen. Kuna digestion na absorption. So, protein ina take at least 48 hours for it to be absorbed in the system. Sasa ndio inaitangwa aje muscle protein synthesis. Muscle protein synthesis inamaanisha that moment yenye your body ina absorb protein, that is amino acids ina absorb. Kumbuka amino acid iko ndani ya protein, okay? So ina absorb. Sasa hiyo ina depend na source ya protein umekula. So kuna quick digesting protein na kuna slow digesting protein. For instance, if I take chicken, kwanza nafaa nikule chicken sahi. If I take chicken, I take fish or I take any white meat including eggs, hizo ni fast digesting protein. So hizo zinatumika haraka. Anytime unakula, for instance, we have eaten one egg, it's like the way nimeblink, hata sijui kama nimeblink, even though hiyo egg imeenda. Sasa huwezi sema ati mimi nakulanga mayai mbili. Mayai mbili iko na, one egg iko na 6 grams of protein, mbili iko na 12 grams of protein. So if you do plus 2 or 2 times 6 times 2 12. Umekula only 12 grams. Na nimesema uko 90 kgs unahitaji 180. So unaona bado uko na deficit ingine mzito sana. Okay? So hauwezi tumia analogy ya nimekuwa nikikula protein mingi. Kwanza jiulize unakula protein mara ngapi? Unakula protein gani? Na pia yani kama umeboeka na protein, huwezi sema aje nimechoka na protein. Kama umeboeka na red meat, huwezi sema nimechoka na protein. Sema nimeboeka na red meat, wacha leo nikule mayai. Nimeboeka na mayai, wacha leo nikule fish. Nimeboeka na fish, wacha leo nikule chicken. But utasema nimeboeka na protein, wacha sasa nikule ugali na sukuma. Unakuwa number one bullshit guy. So, you can afford to skip carbohydrates. You can't afford to skip protein. Okay? What else? Nataka kuambia kitu kingine critical ni nini? Okay, another thing, every once in a while, kwa hiyo wiki yako, make sure umekunywa mala. Kazi ya mala ni ku manifest ile good gut microbiota. Microbiome ni zile gut bacteria zinapatikana kwa gut yako. Sasa wewe kama uko na acne, uko na blemishes, uko na breakout juu ya mayai, sio mayai ndo shida. Hapana, ni wewe au kulangi enough fermented food ama vegetable. So vegetable inasaidia kufanya nini? Kufeed the good bacteria in your body. You see, ukikula vegetables ama ukule ravagers, usikule na ile notion ya I want to release a soft stool. Soft stool is a by the way. But kula na ile notion ya I want to feed my good bacteria. So mimi ile siku nakulanga ugali, najuanga lazima nikule ugali na maziwa mala. Because of that reason. I hate ugali. I don't like ugali. Because naonanga ugali imechochwa for no reason. Ugali haina nutritional value hivyo iko high. Lakini nakula hivyo nikijua I need to feed my bacteria. So me I love taking ugali pale maybe samaki na mala. Ama na mboga. Si mala ndakula mboga. You understand? So mboga is an SI unit of your plate. Kama plate yako ina mboga, umeenda kwa hoteli na wamesema hawana mboga, toka kwa hiyo hoteli enda hoteli nyingine. Because hao watu wajui wanafanya nini. Kama umeserve food yako na ina mboga, hiyo food wachana nayo, kimbia ubai mboga ukuje upike. Because wewe ndio utacomplain niko na breakouts. Oh, mayai ni mbaya. Mayai si mbaya. Ni wewe ndio mbaya utaki kula mboga. Unaniget? So, make sure vegetable iko kwa part of your meal. When I'm saying meal, I'm talking about morning, evening, lunchtime. So, morning unaweza sema wacha ni chop some salads, Seme nitakula gojet pale, nikule lettuce na maybe nikule tomato. Hiyo bado ni vegetable. Unaona? And then saa saba ndo niseme maybe I'll take cabbage, spinach or what not. You understand? Jioni niseme let me take at least 1 glass of maziwa mala. Na wacha kuenda ile sweetened maziwa mala. Kunywa tu ya kawaida. Hiyo ndio ina work mzuri kwa hiyo gut yako. Nimewaambia sugar inafanyanga wasee wakuwe na cravings. Unanielewa? Anytime una put sugar in your mouth, jua tu uta crave ile food unapenda. Anytime you are craving, jua hiyo ni one step ya ku add weight. Anytime una add weight, jua uko na high chances of complaining about your pot belly. Na anytime uko na bele, uko na high chances ya kufanya the wrong things zenye zita get rid of your stomach. So hapo ndo utakuwa na zile desperate moment you want to take smoothie, which is bullshit. Because why are you taking smoothie? Green smoothie ni ya kazi gani? You're trying to tell me you're trying to detox. Okay, you're trying to detox because you think you're very smart. Then what is the work of your liver? Kama tungekuwa na liver, unadhani tungekuwa tunaishi sahi? Tungekuwa tumededi because food nyingi tunakula ziko na toxic substances. Na liver kazi yake ndio hiyo, kudetoxify ni toxic substance that you have ingested in your system. You understand? So, hii ingine una try to play smart as you are trying to take a green smoothie. What will just happen, you'll just be flushing it off the loo. Inside the loo. And you'll be like, haya, nime lose weight. Hey, hii wiki I've lost like 2 kgs. Kumbe this thing works. No, it is not working. Because what you're doing, you're depleting water weight. You're only depleting your water weight. And if you deplete your water weight, what will happen again? You'll be prone to deplete also the electrolytes. You know what are the electrolytes? Anytime una feel uko crampy, wachana ile menstruation, ile cramp ingine una feel tu cramp imekushika, hauna electrolytes. unakojoa sana na unakunywa maji all the time. Stop drinking maji all the time. Only take water when you need to take water. Take water when you're thirsty. Okay? Don't take water because you need to take water. Take water anytime you're thirsty. Okay? And then, how do you know you're thirsty? You know you're thirsty kama your core is dry, kama you're sucking your lips all the time. You see those people who normally suck their lips like this all the time, and then when they suck their lips, the next thing they do, wanakimbilia wanapaka Vaseline kwa lips zao. That is nonsense, because sucking of the lips ni mwili yako inakwambia you need to take water. You have not been taking enough water, you need to take water. Another thing, another cue unafaa ujue is, you see, pale kwa asshole, ukifeel iko itchy, saa ingine sizi maupuzi mnaambiwa ni hemorrhoids. Hapana. Nimesema hemorrhoids. I don't know what's the name of that thing. You need to take water. Your body is telling you you need to take water. Your gut is so dry and you need to hydrate. Your body will tell you una overhydrate when you're visiting the toilet all the time. If you find yourself visiting the toilet all the time, your body is telling you una overkunywa maji. So stop it. Your body is telling you to stop. Wacha niko na maji enough. Unasikia? So hawa wajinga wanakuanga wacha nataka kumaliza this. You know those people who normally walk with water bottles, and then they be like, first thing in the morning I must take 1 liter of. Wewe unakunywa lita moja ya maji, wewe umechizi. Just take 1 glass of water, hiyo imetosha. If you take 1 liter, the next thing ni umeenda choo. So taking 1 liter of water iko so overrated. First thing in the morning iko so overrated because you are just increasing your steps, your total daily energy expenditure. Vile nilikuwa nawaambia about measuring your steps. It doesn't make any sense to me when people wana bragging, leo nimekunywa 7 liters of water. I'm like, okay, so tufanye nini? So tukupigie makofi because you're stupid. That's why they said 8 glasses of water. 8 glasses of water inamaanisha anytime una feel, and then inamaanisha pia chai. Any fluid we're putting in your mouth, not just water. Inamaanisha chai, soda, uji, milk, anything that is fluid other than water. Pia ina play a role kwa history ya water. Okay? So, how to tell you are dehydrated? If you find yourself sucking your lips, your body is telling you you're dehydrated. If you are scratching your anus all the time, chances are you are dehydrated. So, sikuwe worried, niko na hizi zinaitwa hemorrhoids. I don't know the name of that disease. Maji ni uhai. Another thing, if you find yourself scratching the anus, it means umekuwa ukikula wheat mingi na hujakuwa ukikula vegetables. Wheat, nimewambia wheat ina dehydrate gut yako. Na dehydrate tu ina kill your good bacteria. So if you kill your all bacteria za gut, or nearly 80%, mwili yako inakuzungumzia through acne. Si hawa watu wa kupaka makeup. You're just treating the symptoms, but you're not treating the root cause of your problem. Learn how to treat the root cause of your problem. How do you do that? Through eliminating. Use elimination method. Okay? So, usiachane na mayai. Anza kufanya vitu zingine zenye nimekwambia. Nakulanga mboga, na kunyonga maziwa mala. Wanakunywa maji enough. Na kulanga complex carbohydrates kama zenye ziko na raffages kama nduma ngwashi. Hapo uta get your answer. Haya. Another thing maybe naweza ongelea ni about sleep. Good. Let me talk about sleep before niende kulala. Najua ni masaa yangu ya kulala. Sleep, when we talk about 7 hours, we mean 7 straight hours. 7 straight hours. Without disrupting yourself hapo katikati ya usiku. So if you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, okay? Visit the washroom. And then unapata imekuwa habit every evening, every usiku ukilala lazima uamke saa 6 ya usiku ama saa 7 unaenda choo. It simply means kuna shida, and you need to diagnose that shida. I don't know the problem. When unajua, maybe unakunywa maji mingi. Ni watu wakunywa 7 liters of water. Maybe unakunywa maji mingi ikielekea jioni. Unaelewa? Maybe it's poor sleeping pattern. Maybe every time unalalanga time the same. Wewe unashindanga TikTok, so inamaanisha before 9, instead of sleep before 9 unapata umesleep 11 kama sahi. So lazima hiyo masaa ifike ufanye nini? Uende choo. So I believe hii ni yangu. hii si science, napenda sana kudeal na science, but this is my brief research. If you want to cure that, hiyo inakuanga shida serious. Hiyo kudeprive sleep all the time, every night lazima uamke, hiyo ni shida by the way. Usidhani hiyo ni flex, hiyo ni shida uko nayo. So anaanza kuangalia unakunywa maji yako aje, namna gani. Number 2, anza kuangalia chakula unadishi. Maybe chakula unakula pia ziko somehow succulent sana. Succulent namaanisha ni supu nini. Another thing maybe ni hiyo sleeping pattern. Unalala late sana. Wacha kulala late. Na shida ingine maybe inaweza kuwa ni uko na stress. Yes, chances are uko na stress, uko depressed, unafikiria sana. You are so lost in your thoughts such that inakuwa ni pattern. You know, that's how you build a habit. Na stress is a one way of building bad habit, because you're tolerating that which is near past. Uko kitu ya past unaitolerate sana, ama uko so anxious about the future, so hiyo pia ina deprive your sleep. Na the best way of dealing with everything I've said ni through sleep. So if you are sleep deprived, unapatanga hizi shida zinaendelea tu accumulate. Your body when you are at rest, when umelala, no good things zina happen in your body. Hapo ndo una recover from any physical activity umekuwa ukifanya, maybe ni job. Unaona, hapo ndo una recover from any form of tedious workout umekuwa ukifanya. Hapo ndo una recover from any illness uko nayo. Hapo ndo una recover, your body ina function optimally. That is digestion ina happen mzuri, mambo kama hiyo. Unanielewa? So sleep, sleep is very powerful. Sleep is very powerful. And when we say 7 hours, nimewambia it is straight hours. Kwa zile masaa ulilala mpaka ile masaa alarm italia, hiyo ndo 7 hours. Kama unaamka hapo kuna shida. Enda hata kwa doki. Maybe mimi sijakupea good advice. Go to visit a doctor akupea proper advice. You understand? Another thing, nikimalizia, first thing ukiamka, I want you to make sure unafanya hizi vitu. Make sure you take 1 glass of salty water. Make sure you take 1 glass of salty water. Make sure you mobilize, you do mobility exercises kwa nyumba yako. Mobility, kisha YouTube itakuonyesha mobility ni nini. Okay? For like 10 minutes only, because umelala, so your body, ukimobilize, ni kama una awaken your whole anatomy. Unaamsha mwili yako kabisa. Make sure you mobilize for only 10 minutes. Another thing unafaa ufanye ni make sure unakula protein first thing. Make sure protein ndio umekula, because protein mwambie iko very powerful. Na chances au unaweza skip during the day. So the best source mimi naona ni mayai, at least 3 and above. Another thing unaweza fanya ni make sure ni umefanya nini ingine. Ndo hii. Make sure umeota jua, umebask for at least 15 minutes. Make sure we si mso kukaa indoors. Make sure unaenda una hang out na nature kiasi. Nature is anywhere outside your house. Make sure get vitamin D, expose your body to enough sunlight, because if you expose your body to enough sunlight, you'll get enough sleep or quality sleep. If you don't, you'll be depriving your sleep slowly by slowly. So another thing maybe I can say is you're not getting enough sleep because you're not exposing yourself to enough sunlight. Hao ni wale watu wanakuanga kwa maofisi. Hao ni watu wapendi kuota jua. Okay? So don't be like ni jua ilifanya nikakuwa na acne. Hapana. It's beyond that. Are we together? And with those few remarks, I hope it makes sense. For the first time nimefanya vida refu hivi online. And if I've made any sense, if you have any question, unaweza ni DM and I'll just answer it to the best of my ability ama knowledge. So till next time, good night, good evening, good morning penye huko. Peace. Mimi nimeenda. Sijui kuna mtu ana swali. I think nimejibu maswali zote. Si ndio? Yeah. Haya. Hasta la vista guys.